So how are you feeling now, being 2.5 months or just over the 2-month mark?
I'm feeling pretty good. I woke up in the lake the one day, well, the last day we were in the lake before we rented the bikes and went up to the temple there. And it's probably just the start of it. I hope it's the start of it, but I've felt something inside of me that I haven't felt for a while. And it's just like that sense of play. Riding the mountain bike, I felt like, I needed to jump it or whatever. Like, take it off a sweet jump like I was 10 years old again. And in that moment, I felt free and I felt kind of like a kid again. And it got me really excited about the next 10 months. And yeah, I don't know, like I'm really excited about where we're going and what we're doing and all the unknown and everything. So I feel like I have no stress for the most part. There's always that stress of planning the next stop or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Just being on the plane, landing and taking off, right? There's always that stress of, are we going to be safe? But outside of that, I feel really good and I feel really, really happy and excited.
What was your biggest inspiration leading up to this trip?
I guess leading up to the trip, it's been a huge transformation for me, really. And it started a little bit before I met you, but pretty close to when we first met. I've had tons of influences, and some of them are people I know, and a lot of them are people I don't know. I think when things really started to change for me was about the time that I found the Joe Rogan podcast. And just listening to him talk and the people he had on the show, it was kind of like a light bulb because I didn't have people in my life who thought that way. Kind of matched thoughts and got excited about, the way that I thought about things and the way I seen things because other people are seeing it the same way.
Yeah.
So that was a huge inspiration for me, and from there it was a whole bunch of other people. Elliot Hulse, who, he used to do his rants on YouTube about, how to like self-help stuff for people, and a lot of the stuff that he did really spoke to me as well. And then it was just a whole web of people from the Joe Rogan podcast, like Aubrey Marcus, Duncan Trussell. So it was this whole thing of, what are you doing with your life? Are you happy? And my answer was pretty much not really, right? I was working towards a goal that I wasn't sure I was going to get, like trying to climb the ladder, in the government. And when things started going the wrong way and I didn't feel like I was valued, that's when things really started to change. Trying to find my worth, right? And I had the encouragement that I needed to try to find that worth and get out of my comfort zone and move forward and do something that I wanted to do.
I remember the first Joe Rogan podcast or clip of it even that you played for me. It was in the basement suite of the place I rented in 100 Mile. And then not too long ago, I thought it was totally out there, right?
Yeah.
And even I think you were more advanced kind of in that mindset than I was. I had other things kind of holding me back. But then we re-listened to that recently, and it was like, it's not even out there at all.
Yeah.
Like,
why did we think or perceive that as crazy thought?
Yeah.
And how long ago?
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
It's been a huge process of opening our minds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy that we've been able to do that together.
For sure.
I know maybe some of my stuff that I talk about or whatever, I stretch your limits a bit, but
For sure you do.
It's not. That's the whole thing, right? Like you can take it or not take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. That's why we're here, right? Like we had a dream to travel, and we made it a reality.
Yeah.
We could have chose not to be, crazy and take the year off and save the money and,
have a kid, buy a house.
Whatever, yeah. We could have had a kid, bought a house, and, lived like everyone else. Well, not everyone else, but a huge majority of people that we know and in the world. But we chose to step outside the box and do something crazy. And here we are.
Yeah. So, has the people that inspire you, has that evolved as you've kind of broadened your horizons or opened yourself up?
I think it's evolved in the fact that, like, nothing's off limits now, because, you can, I don't know, it's just, people are so closed-minded that they don't allow even the idea of something into their head. Mm-hmm. So I try my very best to just be completely open now. That those influences have encouraged me just to be as open-minded as I can be, and try to take everything in and learn a lesson from everything.
I think that's easier for you than it is for me. I think it's definitely something I struggle with a little bit more, but I'm getting better. I think about being more open to the different possibilities and the different views.
So where did it start for you then? Where were your influences leading up to where we are today?
It started with university. Just having the different perspective on how people's lives operate and the good and the bad influences that take them to where they're at. You brought home that Joe Rogan, that podcast, it was out there for sure in kind of a different aspect. And then you would always listen to those Elliot, the little rants, as you said, and just not necessarily wasn't something I would download and listen to, but I always had it in the background. I mean, you don't listen to the majority of it, but every couple minutes you catch a couple things and then you pause it, rewind it, and re-listen to it, or listen to it later, whatever that looks like. Tidbits of kind of those aha moments or the I wonder what ifs.
Right, so we've both kind of established that a lot of our inspiration has come from, basically social media and people we don't know that are putting ideas and thoughts out there that aren't necessarily the general, like, norm of society, or just maybe taboo subjects or whatever it is. And that's helped us both to open our minds and inspire us to actually take a different route and be where we are today on our travel.
Yeah, I think I need to be my own inspiration. I need to be open for myself, and then really the sky's the limit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the whole idea with mentors and influences and, those people in your life is that they inspire you to get up off your ass, or they inspire you to change. But at the end of the day, I mean, you could watch Tony Robbins or whatever his name is all day long, but if you don't get your ass up off the couch, then you're not going to do anything. So really, it all relies on you. But the mentor or the influence is the person, the thing, or the place, or whatever it is that's planting that seed. And then you're taking that seed and you're growing it into whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, it is on you. But if you have all these seeds that you can grow, you can choose which one. Right?
You have to physically plant them.
So we're 2 months in now. We've met a number of people from all different walks. What stands out, like, what is, other travelers, locals, what kind of stands out about the people we've met?
I think people are generally the same. A lot of people are either escaping something or in search for something. They're longing to find peace and happiness. And we talked to a girl in the lake, and she was traveling for 6 months because she realized after she finished her degree, she got into a job that was kind of just essentially working for the man. It was a corporate job. She wasn't happy. She didn't feel fulfilled, and she needed to take the time and force herself to think about, okay, or reevaluate, what do I want to do? What's going to make me happy? I need to decide that now, or make that a priority now while I'm young, so that I'm not waking up when I'm 60 or 70 years old thinking I didn't fulfill life the way I needed to.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that conversation because she was our age, and for me it kind of hit home because she was kind of in the same spot as me.
Mm-hmm.
She was in this job, she didn't feel valued, and she didn't feel like she had a purpose.
Yeah.
Right, so it was really cool, and I think she found it cool too. You could tell that she was talking with some like-minded people who kind of had the similar feelings, right? So that was really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that conversation.
It was good. Yeah. It's encouraging that, because I was with you when you went through that journey, and it's hard. It's hard to give up kind of your security net, your money that's coming in, and she talked about that too, how like her family was worried for her because now she doesn't have she has a career, but she doesn't have an income base, and she's kind of just in limbo right now trying to figure out what she wants to do. And you were in that place too, so I think it's neat to see the courage that people have to take that step. And we met other people that maybe just finished their degree. There's a couple guys that just finished their degree and so wanted to have an adventure as a reward, and that's cool. Like just to expose yourself to different cultures, and it's fun.
Yeah, a lot of different people. And getting back to that
Question.
just the girl that we talked to about leaving her job. It's really, there was another lady there too that we were talking to, and she was originally from Vietnam, and where does she work now?
She worked in the States for a while, then she works for the same company but in Singapore.
Right, so she's in Singapore. She works for a big corporation. Can't remember if it's pharmaceuticals or something.
It's infant formula.
But it was just like she couldn't catch our wavelength in the conversation. She was like, we tried to joke with her. She said her boss is Mexican, so we tried to joke with her that when she gets back from vacation, she's going to need a siesta. But she just didn't even take it as a joke. Like, she was like, no way, my boss, nope, not going to happen.
Lunch is from 12 o'clock to 12:40, that's my break.
Yeah, so just that, the other mindset of people who are just in their job. And what makes me curious about this is that you hear about the midlife crisis, right?
Yeah.
So, is our generation gonna have a midlife crisis? Because to me, the midlife crisis is that man or woman who went to school, got a job, got married, had kids, continued to work in a career that maybe they weren't happy at, and then by the time they hit 40, 45, 50, whatever it is, they're going, holy shit, I should have done this, I should have done that, I wish I did this, right?
Yeah.
So then they're trying to make up for lost time. So I'm really curious to see, the people like that girl who's trying to find her worth, who's trying to find something that she's going to have passion in. Right? Is she going to have a midlife crisis, or is she going to find her purpose and be happy with her life?
I don't know. I kind of feel like you and I were the anomaly in you quitting your job, but both of us doing what we did at 30 years old, or 32, to be happy birthday, to be going on this adventure when most couples our age, they're either have kids or are trying to have kids or working towards that goal. So I think our generation is still going to have those midlife crises because we're the anomaly. And, I mean, depending on where we go, like when we were in Koh Samui, we felt like the older group. In the lake, I think we were on the higher end too. There was lots of mid-20s. There wasn't a young crowd. But, I mean, I can remember in my head some of those the older people.
Yeah.
Like the old people.
Yeah.
Like those ones at 50s, 60s that are staying in hostels still, which is awesome and cool.
Yeah,
and
very cool.
Like, I mean, we should be having more conversations with those people to figure out why they're doing that now, or if they've always done that.
Or if they're just retired.
Yeah. So we need to have those conversations more, I think. But, I mean, we're not... I mean, and then as the girl said, too, there's those lots of 18-year-olds, which I think that's been the norm to kind of tour around a bit after high school. Don't think that our generation is out of having those midlife crises. I think it's beyond that, and I don't know if in the Western world we're ever going to be completely gone from that because we have such stringent, here's what you do. You graduate, you go to school, you get a job, you get a career, you settle down.
Yeah, I don't think it helps that, every time we have an election, we're told that there are no jobs out there, so people get scared. I mean, even when I quit my job, or when we were moving out of town, it was, are you going to be able to find a job there? I don't know. I hope so. I can think, I can work, and it took me 2 weeks to find a job, so, I think it's more also of this feeling that we have to stay in our job, because if we quit it, then we're never going to find another job, or you're not going to ever have that security again. Or maybe you just have so many bills that you can't skip a paycheck because you're living paycheck to paycheck.
You get in trouble because you want that side by side, or you want that extra room in the house, or you want the new kitchen, or even the clothes, the purse, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, anything, all the consumer shit that we buy. But to get back to that thought of the 18-year-olds traveling, which is awesome. I really think it's cool, and I wish that I traveled when I was 18. But at the same time, like we talked about in the Lake, if I was 18 traveling right now, I probably wouldn't be with you. I'd probably be by myself, or maybe with a friend. And I'd probably be drunk right now. I mean, I had a couple beers tonight, but that's pretty rare on this trip so far. Yeah. So I'd be drinking, sleeping in, probably wouldn't even see half of the cool shit that we've seen or could see or will see, right? Just the maturity of being on the road and being a little bit more mature, I think has huge value in itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Imagine if you had done this trip at 18 and then you're repeating it.
Yeah. You definitely see all the shit you missed.
But just even to have that comparison as to your own age difference.
For sure.
But I don't think a lot of 18-year-olds, I mean, obviously, you would go and have a good time because that's what you do at 18.
It'd be memorable and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like if it was me as 18, I know kind of what I was like when I was young, and I don't know, I maybe even would have got in a little more trouble and stuff too, right? Like, it's...
For sure.
Yeah. I'm thankful that I'm doing this at 32, that, if I was even 22.
Yeah. Have there been any tools that for you on this trip have been completely indispensable?
Are there any that I can't use?
No, any at all.
Anything at all? My phone. I mean, that's the thing, and that's been a tool for me for a long time, and it's even more of a tool now that we're on this trip. I just thinking about, like, I have TripAdvisor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can download a city, like a city map on TripAdvisor, use it offline. So when we don't have Wi-Fi, I can turn the map on, see the blue dot, see where we are, and everything around us. And I was thinking, when we were in Yangon, coming to the airport, and that taxi was taking shortcuts and shit, right? It was like a totally different route. We've never taken it before. So we're in a taxi in Yangon going to the airport, and we're taking shortcuts, and we don't know these roads. We've never taken them before. So it was really comforting for me to be able to open up the map, see where we are, see where we're going, and just to know that this guy isn't taking us somewhere where we don't want to go.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, that in itself is worth a ton.
Yeah, just
right?
having that safety, feeling the safety and security.
Exactly, right? So my phone, like, it has to be my phone, and there's, the pictures that we take with our phones. When we have Wi-Fi, the ability to communicate with people back home.
Yeah.
And in saying that, I still think that we're probably on our phones too much still.
Yeah.
Right? We're still scrolling social media when we should probably be enjoying where we are a little bit more, or spending time together, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But definitely the phone is the tool and it's the tool for everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we have I don't know if you've noticed, but our phones are the oldest phones.
Oh, yeah.
Even in supposed third world countries, or like Myanmar's one of the least developed countries in the world, and the people there have phones that are better than ours.
Yeah, our guy that took us on the 2-day trek, she had the brand new Samsung.
Yeah.
And she makes like $10 a day. I don't know what she makes, but not a lot.
Yeah. So even the monks, right?
Yeah,
taking selfies on boats and
all
shit.
the time. Yeah.
So what about you? What's an indispensable tool for you?
I think for me, obviously phone. Just kind of echoing everything you said there. Having you is kind of indispensable to me, or at least so it seems a lot of the times. But I think for me, just having my journal, writing down, okay, this is what we've done today. Not that I always have deep thoughts, but every once in a while I will, and so just jot down kind of like my feelings in that experience. And I don't know if it's indispensable for me, but I think it's valuable. Yeah. So now it's valuable to me, and I think in 5, 10, 15 years, that's when it's going to be indispensable to me.
Yeah. Your journal is going to be a really cool thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm really glad that I've kept up with it, and I think just even the experience of the last 2 months is going to be enough for me to continue to keep up with it. It's been really cool, that piece.
Awesome. So I think we've talked enough on camera anyway. So
yeah, social media free.
Have fun. If you made it to the end of this probably 30-minute video, then good job.
Daniel, if you made it past 7 minutes, I'm proud of you.